Hi, I'm Lizzie Buchanan-Worcester and I'm going to tell you about our paper, Speech Reading in Hearing Children Can Be Improved by Training. Speech reading skills, or more commonly referred to as lip reading skills, are related to reading ability in hearing children. This may be surprising. However, one explanation for the relationship between speech reading and reading is that visual speech information may contribute to children's development of phonological awareness. Phonological awareness is often described as their ability to represent and manipulate sounds within spoken words, and it's a really good predictor of single word reading ability. However, when we're speaking to someone face to face, we don't just get auditory speech information, we also get a lot of information by looking at the speaker's face. And we rely more on that visual speech information when we're trying to listen in a noisy environment. Given the multimodal nature of speech perception, it's likely that children can use visual speech information as one of the sources of information to build up robust multimodal phonological representations. And then they can use these representations in order to map onto letters or to map letters onto in order to learn to read. In this study, we wanted to know whether speech reading could be improved in hearing children using computerized training games. We also wanted to know whether any improvements in speech reading as a result of training would lead to improvements in phonological awareness and reading skills using both trained words and untrained words. To do this, we recruited 92 4 to 5-year-old hearing children and tested them on their speech reading, phonological awareness and reading ability using a set of 40 words. We then randomised them into two groups, a business as usual control group and a speech reading training group. The speech reading training group then did 3 weeks of computerised silent speech reading games for 10 minutes each day at school. Each day included whole word speech reading games where they had to match videos to pictures like this, and also visual blending games where they watch videos of words being broken down and match those to pictures like this. We found that after 3 weeks of training, the intervention group improved on their speech reading more than the control group. This difference in speech reading scores was also seen at 3-month follow-up and was seen for both trained words and untrained words. This improvement in speech reading following a brief training period is encouraging because it suggests that speech reading can be improved in hearing children. There were no group effects on the phonological awareness or single word reading tasks. Given the very short training dose, this is perhaps not surprising, especially as all the children receive 30 minutes of phonics training every day as part of the national curriculum. Our study wasn't powered to detect these effects, but rather to look at whether speech reading could be improved in these children. Although we didn't see group effects, we did see an interaction that suggested that those children who had the poorest phoneme blending scores at the beginning of the study did show improvement in phoneme blending as a result of the training. This suggests that speech reading may contribute to phoneme blending in those with poor phonological skills. Future studies targeting children with poor phonological awareness skills are needed in order to test this hypothesis directly. Given the multimodal nature of speech, understanding the potential role of visual speech information in developing phonological skills will ensure that children have access to all possible tools to develop their phonological skills to their best potential.